Namaste and welcome to the Center for the Healing Arts YouTube channel. Today I'm pleased to share a practice of Yogalates, Yoga plus Pilates, a practice of Yogalates for riders. In riding, we use our core, our stomach muscles, our sides, perhaps even our lower back. So this practice will focus on our core. We'll also be doing some upper body strengthening exercises, which will also help our riding. As with any type of movement, it's always best to check first with your healthcare provider before you begin any new movement sequence. Today, then, we'll use a balance ball for our Pilates section, and we will also use some mini barbells. If mini barbells are not available to you, then perhaps you may want to use some water bottles instead. A blanket might also be helpful. I'm seated on a meditation pillow. It's always nice to keep our hips slightly above our knees. So let's begin. In yoga, we always begin with breath. In yoga, we breathe through our nose and we use diaphragmatic breathing. So to test this out a little bit, we can put our hands on our belly and breathe in through your nose. And as you breathe, allow the breath to come deeply into your lungs and fill your lungs, and your stomach can expand outwards as you're starting to move your diaphragm. And then with the exhale, stomach comes in. So let's just test that a little bit. Inhale, hands, stomach comes out. Exhale, hands, stomach come in. Inhale deeply and exhale fully. And one more time. Inhale deeply and exhale fully. And then focusing on our breath, perhaps closing our eyes or casting our eyes down. Breathing in and out. And then thinking of ourselves on our horse. Think of a large string pulling your head up, 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 and another string that's fusing your tailbone with the spine of your horse. So really stretching your spine up and down. Shoulders fall away from the ears. Centered, balanced. And as we breathe, we form an intention for our practice today. Perhaps this is an intention for healing for our bodies, for improved riding, even for our horse. And with the exhale, hands drop down. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Noticing the energy between our hands. And exhale, sinking our hands down, chin to chest. And then looking up at the ceiling. Exhale, head comes forward. Inhale, eyes to ceiling. Exhale, eyes to floor. Inhale, eyes to ceiling. Exhale, eyes to floor, simply warming up our neck and our spine, ear to shoulder. And come to center. Inhale. In yoga, we always sequence our movement with our breath. And this is a good thing to remember on our horses as well, to synchronize our movement on our horse with our breath. That can help calm our horse as well. and down. And then some easy shoulder rolls. Shoulders come back. Opening up the chest and coming forward. And these simple movements are movements that we can do on horseback as well. The first time I started doing yoga on my horse, she looked back at me and said, "What are you doing?" But then after the second or third time, she was like, "Oh, this is cool." Okay, and then coming to our balance ball. So I'm fortunate to have a balance ball that has these side handles. If you have one, then please feel free to use it, of course. If not, then any balance ball will also be helpful. The reason that I like balance balls with Yoga for Riders is because this can help mimic the position, your position on your horse. So just check this out. When you're moving just your hips, when you're working with your hips and you're turning your horse only with your sits bones, then you can see how the horse can respond visually when you're on the balance ball. So it's a wonderful aid to help us figure out where our bodies are in space and how our bodies are pushing into our horse and how our horse is reacting to our bodies. So we're going to start out with a few cat-cow exercises. So cat, tummy comes in, shoulders roll forward, chin to chest. Cat and then cow, curving our back upwards, looking up, shoulder blades together, and cat, coming forward, and cow. Again, warming up our spine. You might want to use your arms with it. Cat, arms come forward, and cow, arms come back. And cat, arms come forward, and cow. Another easy movement to do on your horse. And cat, exhale, and cow, inhale, and cat, exhale, and cow, inhale. And then starting to stretch our arms and our sides. Arms come overhead, stretch up, 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 and release with the exhale. And up, and release with exhale. And up, and release with exhale. And up, and release with exhale. And now a nice, easy spinal twist. Again, the sits bones are going to ground down into the ball or the saddle. Hand comes to opposite thigh, and then other arm comes back, and simple twist. It's important to ground both sits bones into the saddle or into the ball. This helps to protect your lower spine. And center, and other side. Grounding down, easy twist. And center, other side. And again, a simple, easy movement that we can do on horseback. And other side. Excellent. Now we're going to remove our ball just for a couple of minutes and come onto our backs on our mat and do some bridge pose. So lying down on our back, heels come close to our lower thighs, just so that we can tickle our heels with our fingertips. First sequence of this movement is pushing the lower back into the mat, and then hips come high. And then lowering vertebrae by vertebrae, and then totally relaxing. And another, lower back presses in, hips rise. And then lowering vertebrae by vertebrae and relax. And then hips come down. And lower vertebrae by vertebrae. And one last time, lower back presses in, raising the hips, and this time maintaining the hips high for 3, 2, 1, and lowering. Now we're going to do the sequence with the balance ball. So grasping the handles, if you're using a balance ball with handles, to help give a little bit more control to the ball. The legs come on top of the ball. We're going to grasp the ball and put it closer to our lower thighs. And again, bridge sequence. So lower back presses in, raising hips. And then lowering, easy, easy, and relax. And again, raising hips. And lower, easy, and relax. And raising hips. And lower, and last time raising hips, and this time holding for 3, 2, 1, and relaxing down, completely relaxing, taking a deep breath in and out, sending positive energy into our bodies. Now we're going to press the ball out and hold the ball with our heels, and the same bridge sequence. So hips come in and then lowering vertebrae by vertebrae and relax, and hips come up and lowering vertebrae by vertebrae, relax, and hips come up. Lowering vertebrae by vertebrae and relax, and hips come up. Lowering vertebrae by vertebrae and relax. Grasping the ball between our ankles, we're going to raise the ball and lower, and raise and lower. Raise and lower. Raise and lower. And then playing with the ball comes to our hands, whoops, and then to our feet and lower. Hands, raise, feet, lower. Hands, raise, feet, lower. Hands, raise, feet, lower. And then releasing the ball and knees to chest. We roll as a ball and coming up on our mats. Okay, so crossing our ankles, coming into tabletop position, and then lowering our forearms to our mat, stretching out our toes, coming into dolphin position, and then raising our hips and lowering for dolphin push-ups. These are some wonderful core exercises to strengthen our core. And dolphin raising and lowering and raising and lowering and raising and lowering, and staying in dolphin. Toes come together, and then dropping the heels to the right and center and left and center and right and center and left and center. Knees come to mat. Child's pose, active child's pose. Elbows come up, stretching our fingers up, up, up and forward. Feeling the stretch through our sides. Inhale, exhale. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. Then coming again to tabletop position. Toes curl under, hips rise into downward dog. Stretching, enjoying our first downward dog of the practice. And then right leg comes up, stretches, and knee to nose, and stretch, 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 lowering the right leg, lifting the left, knee to nose, and stretch, knee to nose, and stretch, knee to nose, and stretch, knee to nose, and stretch. And coming back down into child's pose. And this time, taking our arms behind us and stretching up, up, up. And coming up. Again, sitting on our ball. And this time, grasping our weights. Or the water bottles, whichever you have, whichever is available to you. So arms come up, twist, and come down. 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 And then one arm comes up and both sits bones ground into the saddle, into the ball. And up and other side. Stretch, stretch. And come up other side. Stretch, stretch. And come up and other side. Stretch, stretch. And come up. Hands come to shoulders, twist, and twist, and twist. And again, visualize yourself in the saddle. Head is straight, shoulders back straight, tummy in. Stable on our horse. Inhale and exhale. Dropping the arms, bringing them behind us, bringing the body slightly forward and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5 for the triceps. And again, hold. 2, 3, 4, 5 for the triceps. And hold. 2, 3, 4, 5 for the triceps. And hold. 2, 3, 4, 5 for the triceps. Then for the time being, our mini barbells come back down to the mat. And a little focus on balance. So we're going to take the ball, stand next to the ball, knee comes on top of the ball, and then stretching out and coming back, and stretching and coming back, and stretching, back, and stretch, and back. And if you want to do a little bit more of a challenge, stretch And then heel lifts and lowers, and lifts and lowers. And then the other side, placement of the ball, and stretching back and up and back and up and back and up and back and up. And then the little challenge, back and heel lifts and down and lifts and down and coming back. And once again, seated on the ball. Okay. Last balance exercise, focusing on the ground in front of you. The eyes, as you know, when you ride, the body goes where your eyes go. The horse goes where your eyes go. So focusing in front of us and lifting our leg and stretching and point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex. Other side and point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, and relax. And then coming into deep relaxation, we'll do a seated Shavasana. Relaxing our feet, relaxing our ankles, relaxing our legs, relaxing our pelvis, relaxing our stomach, relaxing our chest, relaxing our arms, relaxing our shoulders, relaxing our neck, relaxing our face. The entire body is relaxed. And bringing hands to heart once again. We rub our hands together, making the palms of our hands warm, and warm palms over our closed eyes, and then opening our eyes into our warm palms, and hands to heart for our mantra. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all creatures on this earth be happy and at peace. May all my thoughts, words, and deeds contribute to their happiness. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.